Hey everyone, how's it going? So, we've seen Jolteon and we've seen Flareon. It's time for what many of you think will be the best of the evolutions in Generation 1, Vaporeon. Now, I can see why you might think Vaporeon's the best. It has a water move right off the bat, meaning Brock will be absolutely no issue. In addition, since it can know ice moves that take advantage of its special, it has really great coverage. However, there are some things we should be cautioned about. For one, Vaporeon is really slow. And number two, its attack isn't very good, and considering that the second gym leader has water types, I don't know if it's going to be as fast as everyone thinks. Anyway, I haven't shown the battle yet, but Brock is beyond easy, and the battle is now over. So while that was quick, it's actually not as quick as you think. In fact, it's about neck and neck with Flareon, despite the fact Flareon was using Ember for Brock. Honestly, this is just due to random encounter luck. Vaporeon should have been faster, but it goes to show you how little of a difference it makes as long as you have a special move that can damage Brock. And after we beat him, usually I don't talk about this part of the game, but I am going to do something differently. There is a hiker in Mount Moon. I always skip him. I'm actually going to battle him this time. It's not going to waste very much time to battle him, and I'm very concerned about rival number 2. And rival number 2 is definitely not easy, and in fact, I lost 4 consecutive times to rival number 2. And basically the problem is Pidgeotto. Jolteon had a massive advantage here with its speed and electric move. We're both slower, and we're not doing much damage, meaning we have to worry about sand attacks, and even if we don't get sand attacks, we usually take enough damage that either Rattata can knock us out, or more likely Bulbasaur. Bulbasaur uses Leech Seed, which usually isn't a problem, but ironically, Vaporeon's massive health stat ends up being kind of a detriment, since that means Bulbasaur is healing more with Leech Seed, and unlike Flareon that had massive attack, we have a pitiful base 65 attack to use Quick Attack. So against rival number 2, Vaporeon is by far the worst. So much so, I actually had to go into Misty's gym and battle the Goldeen trainer. So now that I'm at level 16, I have a battle where I get a water gun, sand attack miss, which is very, very big. And I don't get a critical hit, until the end. But I end up at 50 HP for Rattata. I know Abra exists, but it can't attack, so let's just go right to Rattata. Water gun, almost one-hit KOs, and Tackle only does 8 HP. I did level up, so now I'm at 46 for Bulbasaur. And now the strategy is use Quick Attack and hope for the best. Vaporeon has a measly 12.5% crit rate. I know that's double of what we get today, but still, compared to Jolteon, it's literally half. And of course, we got a Leech Seed right early on, and you can see how much it's doing. I already had gotten one crit, but here was the big play. Bulbasaur uses Growl. I shouldn't have been able to knock it out, but I got a second crit. So a pretty lucky battle, all things considered. But early on, I'm way more open to luck, because the alternative is getting to a really high level, and that just will make the later parts of the game a lot more trivial and boring. And I know we're a long ways away, but that's why I don't save between Elite Four members, because if I have been relying on luck too much, it should, Flareon was an obvious counterexample, but it should run out at that point having to beat 5 tough trainers. So, like I said, long way before there, we're going to board the SSN. We're not going to battle Misty yet, because on the SSN we get Body Slam, not nearly as beneficial as when Flareon got it, or Jolteon for that matter, but we need it for Misty, and it will help with rival number 3, who is significantly easier than rival number 2. So Pidgeotto goes for Quick Attack and outspeeds me. I go for Water Guns, doing about half. You can see I outspeed, and Retroactive Potion, don't mind that at all. Very unfortunate that Water Gun's not a 2-hit KO, but with that Retroactive Potion, it essentially didn't matter. Or I should say it wouldn't have if Quick Attack would have knocked out Pidgeotto. It doesn't. And of course, I'm punished with a critical hit, so that's annoying. Now we have to face Raticate. I go for Water Gun, it goes for Tail Whip. Perfect. We're not really going to be facing many physical attacks. I meant to go for Quick Attack, I misclicked. Thankfully, Raticate didn't go for Quick Attack. With that Tail Whip and then a Quick Attack, it would have been bad. But can we get Kadabra to cooperate? No confusion, use Teleport. It outspeeds, Teleport. Perfect, and I knock it out with a single Body Slam, another useful case. How much does it do to Ivysaur? just under half, and Vine Whip I'm okay with, much rather that than Leech Seed. Maybe it'll knock it out? No, and Leech Seed is fine now. Great quick attack, and we win. So that wasn't so bad. First try victory. Okay, technically it was second try, but that's only because I forgot to teach Body Slam and I reset right away. So we'll put first try with an asterisk. It's first try in my books. Anyway, usually we'd fight Lieutenant Surge, but we haven't even battled Misty yet, so we're gonna have to come back for him later. And we have Body Slam. Will it be enough to beat Misty? Well, based on what it just did to Staryu, I'm gonna say we're probably good. Now, just don't use an X defend. Alright, still decent damage, about 20%, so probably a 5-hit KO. Starmie can do very little to me, so I'm not overly worried. This is just gonna waste my time now. Unless I get a crit. Yes, go Vaporeon. And this should knock it out. Okay, you know, easy come, easy go. But 4-hit KO is probably what I was expecting. So Misty, it wasn't about her being tough, but I was worried about the battle taking forever if I had to use quick attack. So I'm pretty happy that I got Body Slam first, and it's not like I'm in a rush to battle Lieutenant Surge anyway, although, from your perspective, we're going to battle him pretty soon, actually. But before we do that, we're going to go through Rock Tunnel. There is that hiker there, but he is not a problem with the water Pokemon. And what we're going to do this time, after healing in Celadon, is I'm going to go right to the Rocket Game Corner and battle Giovanni. I mean, he's obviously going to be very easy with a water Pokemon. Kangaskhan does take multiple hits, but for the first time in what feels like a while after that Flareon video, Giovanni is going to be a complete breeze. So now that we've beaten Giovanni, I'm going to buy the TM for Ice Beam, as well as the other stuff I needed, the Mart, get the HM for Fly, but I can't use it until I battle Lieutenant Surge. So that's what we're going to do right now, and you'll notice I haven't even healed from Sylph Company. Was that a mistake? Well, not looking like it. Yeah, another Bubble Beam, another knockout, and almost 3 Bubble Beams, 3 knockouts, and Thunderbolt did nothing. Well, I mean, I have a ton of HP, so it did something, but nothing to a Vaporeon. So yeah, Lieutenant Surge, saving him for now, made a ton of sense. And now that I've beaten Lieutenant Surge, I can fly to Lavender and battle Rival 4. And now that I have Ice Beam, this battle goes a little bit differently. Ice Beam 1-hit KOs Pidgeotto. Gyarados, it doesn't look like it's doing half. Dragon Rage, then I get a crit. That may have mattered, but another Dragon Rage really wouldn't make a difference even if he used it. Bubble Beam on Growlithe. I accidentally click Ice Beam on Kadabra. It almost knocks it out anyway, but just a quick attack. Now how much does it do to Ivysaur? Everything! That's what I like to see. So, Gyarados looks to be the scariest Pokemon right now, and it didn't do all that much. Vaporeon's HP, while not the most useful stat for a solo run, definitely makes a lot of these battles way less scary. And funny enough, the next scary battle we're going to have is all the way in Fuchsia City with Koga. Obviously, I have to finish up Pokemon Tower, but something else I'm going to want to do before battling Koga is getting the HM for Surf. Aside from the fact you need it to complete the game, Vaporeon will now get its most powerful water attack. I mean, technically Hydro Pump, but this one's 100% accurate. And none of Koga's Pokemon have great special, so I'm hoping I'll 1-hit KO, but I'm a little underleveled. Let's see. Alright, coughing number 1. Close. Very close. Thankfully it misses with its attack. Being poisoned isn't ideal, but that's 1 down. Muck should be a 2-hit KO unless I get a critical hit. So that's 2 down. Now I level up, so I'm hoping this will be a 1-hit KO. It's not. Tackle's not a problem. Now, even a self-destruct, we should be fine, but I'd rather not find out if it's all the same to you. Alright, that looks like it's doing definitely less than half. So a 3-hit KO, Smog, of course I get poisoned. Critical hit would be nice, don't get one. That did pretty decent damage. You know what? Self-destruct probably would have knocked me out. But we didn't see it. So another first try victory. We're getting a lot of those. And I legitimately questioned whether I should go battle Blaine now, or do what I usually do and battle Rival Fivel. And guess what? I went to Blaine. Yeah, I know. Whoa. Blaine before Rival Fivel? Blaine the 5th gym leader. That's crazy. I mean, the earliest you can do Blaine is 4th. But I really can't imagine what Blaine could really do with my HP and Surf, so let's see if this was a smart decision. Well, it's looking that way. Outspeed Growlithe 1-hit KO. I also outspeed Ponyta in a 1-hit KO. Unsurprisingly, the Pokemon with Rapid in its name outspeeds me. Stomp doesn't do all that much and I knock it out. Wow, am I going to 1-hit KO every single one of these Pokemon? Retroactive Super Potion and... okay. I don't know if that crit mattered. I frankly don't care. Even if it used Takedown, its best move, that would have dealt a ton of recoil damage, would have been a 2-hit KO. Early Blaine was the right decision, and now I have the TM for Blizzard. Don't know if I'm going to teach it yet, but if I need it, I now have it for the rest of these battles. Let's see if it's even necessary. Well, I outspeed Pidgeot and Ice Beam 1-hit KOs. Another critical hit on Gyarados with Ice Beam. Bite isn't doing that much. This doesn't knock it out, not surprised. And Retroactive Potion. Perfect. Bye, Gyarados. Growlithe, yeah, not a problem. Alakazam outspeeds. It goes for Recover, that's good. And Surf's doing about half, that's pretty good. However, Alakazam recovers on the next turn. Surf's doing a little bit more than half, at least it seems, and maybe I can knock it out with a Quick Attack? I do. Maybe that crit mattered, I'm not sure, but we have one Pokemon left, Venusaur, and it has Razor Leaf, which should be a crit nearly every attack. Alright, Ice Beam is doing over half, so Ice Beam's pretty good. Razor Leaf, it even crits, and just over 100. That might have knocked out a Pokemon with less HP, but you're dealing with a Vaporeon. So somewhat surprisingly, our HP is really coming in handy, and if you're wondering how I'm outspeeding some of these Pokemon, and don't worry, I can talk over these next two battles, they're very easy. Well, there's a couple factors. One, when I went to buy fresh water, I also bought 3 Carbos because I was worried about speed. 2, I reset until my Vaporeon had perfect speed. Thankfully, you can tell at level 5. And 3, once you've beaten Koga, you get a 12.5% boost in your speed from what you see on screen. In addition to 4, the fact that I accumulate stat experience, which raises my stats, and AI Pokemon until like Gen 4 or 5 never had those, although by that point they'd be called EVs. Usually I don't really go into detail about this type of stuff, but I know people are going to bring it up, so I figured it would be a good idea to explain how Vaporeon is possibly outspeeding seemingly faster Pokemon like Ponyta and Pidgeot. Anyway, now that Giovanni fight is over, we can go and battle Erica. I could battle Sabrina, but Erica should be really easy. And that's 1, 2... Just a second, I have to wait for all this text. Yes, I want to teach Acid Armor. And 3 Ice Beams. J-Rose 11, the king of the fake out. But yeah, saving Erica till now was a conscious choice. I wanted to wait until Ice Beam would 1-hit KO. Did I wait too long? Who knows? Frankly, I don't care. Slightly worried about Sabrina because Surf is better than Body Slam. And as fast as Vaporeon is, I don't think it's going to outspeed many of her Pokemon. Let's see. Well, we do outspeed Kadabra. It's not a 1-hit KO. Maybe I should have gone for Body Slam. Psychic, no special drop. That's huge. So we can knock out Kadabra. Mr. Mime won't be a 1-hit KO either, unless I get a crit. That's pretty clutch. I mean, not really, because Mr. Mime's best move is Confusion, but let's pretend it was clutch. Doesn't knock out Venomoth. Stun Spore is like the one thing I didn't want to see. And now it's going to go first. Psybeam, that's okay. Alright. Being paralyzed doesn't bode well for Alakazam, but maybe this will work. Alright, first turn Recover, like to see that. And critical hit Surf, really like to see that. If it doesn't recover, I win. Well, it does recover, and thankfully I'm able to attack. And again, if it doesn't recover, I win. And it goes for Psywave, which literally does 0 damage. I mean... okay, I knock it out, but like, holy moly, I know that's a thing, but it still blows my mind that Psywave is an attack that can do 0 damage. Gen 1 truly is unique. Anyway, now that we've beaten Sabrina, we can go battle Giovanni, and the fact I've spent so little talking about Giovanni probably gives you an idea of how difficult this next battle is going to be. So we have 1 Surf. Dugtrio outspeeds. Growl was the best thing possible. 2 Surfs. 3 Surfs, 4 Surfs, 5 Surfs! I know it's repetitive for some of you, but every time I don't do a count impression, people bring it up, so there you go. A disjointed, kind of, count impression. But, yeah, that was quick. Like, really quick. Like, right now, Vaporeon's on pace to tie such notables as Articuno and Mew. You know, legendary Pokemon. but there are 6 very tough battles standing in our way. Surely Vaporeon will have to lose one of them, and then we'll lose a bunch of time, right? Well, against Rival 6, you'll see me set up Acid Armor. There are 2 reasons for this. 1, yeah, raising defense is good, but 2, the badge. Boost glitch. Basically, at this point, it's a badge boost feature. When you modify your stats, all your other stats are raised by 12.5%, the equivalent of a badge boost, which we talked about briefly earlier. That 12.5% boost in my speed, that's supposed to happen and actually happens, although it's 10%, in the next 2 generations. In Generation 1, however, it's bugged, like everything, and has this weird glitchy side effect, which is hard to avoid, so we're going to exploit the heck out of it. Now that we're done setting up Acid Armor, we can knock out Pidgeot with a single Ice Beam, Rhyhorn with an Ice Beam, why not? Looks like we're doing half to Gyarados, finally. That attack did nothing. I mean, obviously, I have 3 Acid Armor set up. And still a 3 at KO. Okay, whatever. We knock out Gyarados, but we level up. And now that we've leveled up, our defense is still good, but the game will reset everything else back to normal. I mean, it doesn't matter versus Growlithe, but we aren't outspeeding Alakazam, and that's what I was worried about. Psychic Special Drop. You can see how little damage we're doing now. Thankfully, I do get a Body Slam critical hit, and we knock out the Alakazam, but after a Psybeam, and yeah, I don't think this is going to work out too well. Not doing a lot of damage with Ice Beam and critical hit Vine Whip, so okay, we did lose. I knew we'd lose eventually, but I got unlucky, and I see a really easy way to actually make this battle a lot more consistent. So let's try it again. This time, no Acid Armors. I go for Ice Beam right away. You can see the badge boost glitch in action. Does not knock out Pidgeot. Whirlwind is fine. We'll just knock it out this... Oh, are you kidding me? That's a 1 in 256 chance. A Gen 1 miss. Alright, finally we knock out Pidgeot. Rhyhorn, obviously it doesn't matter with badge boost or not. We're going to knock it out. And here's what's kind of funny. Obviously Ice Beam is doing less. Leer actually will cause badge boost glitch. It does modify my stats. So I do a little bit more on my second attack. Tries to go for Leer again and fails. 25% chance that that happens. Not sure why they programmed it, but it is intentional. And we knock out Gyarados and level up. And now I could set up all 3 Acid Armors and badge boost glitch win this fight, but I actually chose not to just to see if I was really unlucky the first time. Ice Beam was a misclick, didn't end up mattering. Now, can we get better luck versus Alakazam? Reflect is good, good thing I went for Surf, Crit is very good, and okay, so yeah. Alakazam can't actually go like that, and now that I don't have a special drop, we have Ice Beam, Razor Leaf Crit, you know, a ton of HP. That would knock out almost every one of the Pokemon you've previously seen, but not Vaporeon. That HP coming in clutch, and we have just 5 battles to go until Vaporeon is crowned King of the Gen 1 evolutions, or Queen. We don't know what gender this Vaporeon is. Edit note, I was actually thinking of cutting that line, but I realized, you know, I actually can find out what gender this Vaporeon is. All I have to do is put the cartridge in the transfer pack and open up in Pokemon Stadium, and yeah, it is a male Vaporeon, so King of the Evolutions. At the very least, you can't criticize me for not being thorough. Anyway, back to the video. But anyway, now that we've beaten rival number 6, we have the Elite Four. Not going to battle any of the trainers in Victory Road, but I have been better about collecting rare candies, and you know what? The scariest member of the Elite Four, in my opinion, is Lorelei. She has 4 water Pokemon. I really don't have anything great to use against her, so I think my best shot of making her battle consistent is leveling up beforehand. So I'm going to use all of my rare candies. So I'm already at level 57. Level 57 Vaporeon versus Lorelei. Take 1. Let's do it. Alright, well I'm going to set up 3 Acid Armors, and Dewgong goes for Growl, Rest, which doesn't do anything, and another Growl. So that is 5 badge boosts. My attack is lowered, but Surf is going to do just about half damage. You can see just how valuable those badge boosts are. And again, why they can't be avoided. I couldn't control Dugong using Growl. It then goes for Takedown, which is huge because it may have been a range, and we knock it out with 2 Surfs. That was really cool. Cloyster has worse special. Will this be a 1-hit KO? No, not quite. Retroactive Super Potion. So for all intents and purposes, it was. And with Slowbro, I could teach Mimic here instead of Body Slam and Mimic Amnesia. I haven't done so yet, so I'm just going to go for Surf. I get a crit, and unfortunately that ignores all the gains in my stats, so no badge boost there. Withdraw is fine, and bye-bye Slowbro. Now we just have Jinx and Lapras. I should knock out Jinx in 1 hit? Yes, we do. Okay, just Lapras, and honestly, the worst thing it could do is freeze me with Blizzard, but Body Slam will do nothing. Hydro Pump will do nothing. We're good. All right, Surf critical hit in this case, not really a positive. Confuse Ray is actually not that big a deal because even if I hit myself in Confusion, my defense is so high with those Acid Armors. So we should be good. I don't hit myself in Confusion. Body Slam does nothing. It paralyzes me, but I'm able to snap out of my Confusion. And we beat Lorelei on the first try. If only we would have beaten Rival 6, that would have been quite a nice little streak we would have had going. But hey, I'm really happy. I'm proud of Vaporeon. And here's a trainer we're really going to struggle against. I mean, man, Bruno, you know, I have played the game as Red and Bluno. He's just, the moves are so bad. In this case, though, even if he had Yellow Bruno's moves, which are way better, it still would be easy because Onyx has terrible special, Hitmonchan has terrible special, Hitmonlee has terrible special, Onyx is an Onyx. Machamp doesn't, but it only has 1 attacking move and Bruno attacks at random, so there's a 75% chance it does nothing. Even if it used Submission, that wouldn't have been a problem. So yeah, Bruno was exactly as difficult as you thought he'd be. However, if you remember the Flareon run, a real sticking point for special attacking Pokemon is Agatha, especially slow special attacking Pokemon. We can badge boost, which Flareon couldn't. So we will maybe be able to outspeed them, but before we're confused and put to sleep, let's find out. Alright, it starts off by outspeeding going for Confuse Ray. That's like the worst thing other than putting me to sleep. Thankfully, I'm able to attack and use an Acid Armor. I'm hoping, based on my Flareon experience, this should be enough to outspeed. And I'm right. And Surf does a ton of damage. Now, oh no, please, no. Alright, still asleep turn 1, Confuse Ray, so I'm asleep and confused, perfect. Still asleep turn 2, and Dream Eater, critical hit! Oh my goodness. Literally the worst case scenario because it gains back a ton of HP now. And I'm still snoozing, but it swaps into Golbat, which can use Haze, and yeah, I'm still asleep, and hey, that actually works. It does remove all badge boosts, even the ones I'm supposed to have, so that's bad. But it also removes all status conditions, both my sleep and my confusion, so I can knock it out. However, I no longer am going to outspeed Gengar. And here's where I make a bit of a mistake. I level up, which resets my badge boost to normal. So Gengar goes for Nightshade, that's fine. I go for Acid Armor. What I didn't realize is I'm going to be outspeeding now, but I don't know that, so I'm going to go for another Acid Armor, and it puts me to sleep. Alright, wake up right away? No, and Dream Eater, of course. Alright, so this is going to be a 3-hit KO, maybe not. Maybe the increase in special will make a difference. I gotta wake up first, and yay, we woke up, and hey, Dream Eater, that's good. So, let's knock it out. Close. Retroactive Super Potion, I like to see that. Not good health at all. But hey, we've made it through 2 Pokemon. Maybe the dice will land in our favor, and we can win the Agatha lottery. Alright, we need to knock this out, though. Oh, gosh, 1 more Acid Armor would have done it. Such a weird thing to say, but Nightshade, so I'm at 32 HP. Any hit from anything knocks me out. Hopefully I'll 1-hit KO the Arbok. Alright, come on, come on. Yes, but it's not time to celebrate. We still have Gengar, it has Nightshade. It's gonna be fun. So Surf, good damage. Confuse Ray. Alright, Vaporeon, you gotta do this. Come on, Vaporeon. Yes! Okay, that was something, alright. I mean, that is, you know what? That's Agatha. In a nutshell. That is the highs and lows of an Agatha battle. It really does add a lot of suspense to these runs, and it's one of the reasons I love doing them in red and blue. However, we cannot celebrate yet. Beating Agatha means nothing if we can't get through Lance and the champion. Lance, some of the Pokemon seem okay. Some of the Pokemon like Gyarados seem less so. Let's find out if this is doable. First things first, as I go for Acid Armor, it goes for Leer. We've made some move changes. Now we have Blizzard and Mimic. I'm going to go for Blizzard and see. Good thing I used Blizzard because it did half, and Hyper Beam. Good thing I used Acid Armor because even with that Leer, we're +1 in defense. Very good. Well, since Gyarados has to recharge, let's set up another Acid Armor. Useful even without the badge boost, by the way. Now please hit. Okay, that's the scariest Pokemon. We can still lose, but that was the one I was most nervous about. And we level up. Alright, so we still have increase in defense, but no increase in speed and special. Won't make a difference versus Dragonair 1 if we hit. Good. And Dragonair 2. Good. But it will versus Aerodactyl, and it has a great critical hit ratio. No! Okay, well, we knock it out, but if Dragonite gets a critical hit, we lose. Come on, Vaporeon, outspeed, outspeed. Yes! Yes! Okay, wow, this is a great first attempt. We're going to make it all the way to the champion. So far, only Gengar has been able to beat the Elite Four in one try. Mewtwo didn't use rare candies, and it would have, so we'll say 2. Will Vaporeon be the third? I'm not so optimistic, but hey, you never know. Alright, well, Acid Armor is useful for a variety of reasons, and where's Vaporeon's sprite? It just disappeared. And I don't think it's coming back. Alright, that's nice. So, invisible Vaporeon for the rest of this battle. And it's funny, because I was wondering if that wing attack miss is because it thinks I'm, like, using Dig or Fly, but no, it's just a Gen 1 miss. Anyway, I'm gonna go for Blizzard, just knock out Pidgeot before it can use something like Sky Attack. So that's 1 down. And you know what? This is bothering me. Here is a substitute Vaporeon sprite. It's gonna get in the way of the text a little bit, but I think it looks better than nothing. And new Vaporeon sprite is in for a tough time because we have Alakazam. Goes for Reflect, that's very good. And I Mimic Recover. Vaporeon's greatest asset is its HP. Most of these Pokemon can't do half damage, so maybe I could be at almost full health for Venusaur. That's my thought process. Anyway, it goes for Psychic, no special drop. Surf is doing about half. Alright, no special drop. Of course it has to use Psychic again. Yes! Yes! Okay, that's the scariest other than Venusaur. You know what? They're all scary. Another scary Pokemon down. I mean, not Rhydon, it's not scary at all, and maybe I could have set up some Acid Armors, but I was worried I was about to level up and it would just waste time. Hey, a Pokemon you knock out can't damage you, so we're halfway done. Alright, how much is Blizzard gonna do to Gyarados? Not bad. Hyper Beam, no crit? Yes! Now I can recover. It has to recharge. Even if it hits me with another Hyper Beam, so long as it doesn't crit, I can recover and gain more HP back. And speaking of crits, I'll take that every day. Okay, 2 Pokemon left. And as long as I outspeed, which I do, oh my gosh, 1 Pokemon left, and it knows Solar Beam. This could be it. Oh my gosh, no way. Well, we level up, so no badge boost. Go for Blizzard. I mean, we know a critical hit Razor Leaf wouldn't have knocked me out. So I'm confident in saying we definitely earned that victory. First try, man, you guys were right. Vaporeon was outstanding. I had no idea how much that HP would help us. The question is, exactly how fast were we? 3 hours, 27 minutes, putting us in the same range as Mew, Zapdos, and Articuno. That's something, alright. But when doing the tier list, in my opinion, I do think Vaporeon deserves to be in the tier, but I am, because of how high level it was, gonna put it at the bottom. And I feel that's fair. It's really hard to compare a level 61 with a level 54, and a lot of those were at minimum battles, while Vaporeon, yes, for speed purposes, but I didn't do that. So I feel like I'm pretty confident in its ranking. I am going to take a break from Generation 1 for a little bit. I have videos in other generations, not necessarily solo runs, but really cool challenges that I think you guys will really like. Don't worry, I'll never get tired of these Gen 1 challenges. They're so much fun to do. And until next video, take care everyone.